Mike's on.
Who we got here?
Myron Cunningham.
Okay. Hey, Myron, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hey, with finally being game week, how excited are you? And assuming you've watched a lot of film on Rice, what's your take on their defense?
I'm very excited. It's going to be my first game week of college, so I'm very excited. But Rice, they're a good defense. They don't do anything crazy, like a lot of movement or anything, but they do like the pressure in certain situations.
And then it's really no surprise, but wonder what your reaction to being a team captain.
I was excited. I mean, it's always a great honor to have your teammates look at you as one of the leaders of this team, and to be voted a captain my last year is a great honor.
Thanks.
Trey.
Myron, I was just wondering if you could give us your general thoughts on Rice defensively, what they like to do, what kind of alignments you see from them, and maybe who stands out.
For who stands out, I would say they got some. They lost one of their D tackles, who is probably their best D lineman. But right now, I would say their ends are pretty good. They're just, I don't know, they're hard workers on the edge, and they got high motors. What was your other question?
Just generally what you see from them in terms of alignment, what kind of scheme they're going to throw at you guys.
I got you. Yeah, we're thinking they're going to probably either run a odd or even front. I know they like to build the bear a lot. They'll like starting a split front and then shoot one of the backers based off where our running back's at, but that's what they like to do.
Dudley.
Can you just talk about having fans back in the Reynolds Razorback Stadium and how much fun that's going to be?
It's going to be great. I personally think the fans bring another aspect to the game. They bring a little bit of juice to us players, and sometimes that's what we need.
Scotty.
Hey, Myron, I'm wondering if you could give a little bit of insight on KJ's personality, in the locker room and on the field, or maybe just a snapshot of why the team is, all behind him.
I don't know. In the locker room, he's funny. He's always joking, playing around, and when we get on that field, it's all business. So I think that's kind of why people are so behind him on this team, is because like when it's business time, he handles his business like a professional. And then when it's not, we could cut it up with him and joke around and have a good time.
How do you think he's handling the week to this point, now knowing that he's undoubtedly the guy at quarterback?
Yeah, no, I think he's been doing great this week. I think he's approached every day as if it were a game day, and you could tell from out there at practice.
Hey, Myron, I think the fans are pretty jacked up that you guys are opening against Rice and Texas. I guess the older fans who remember the Southwest Conference days. Any concern that you guys, like Texas is too much of a focus for the fans?
No, I don't think so. I think we're worried about Rice right now. We're going to handle week one as it comes, and then once Rice is over, we'll worry about Texas.
Yeah, I had a question what the offense has been looking like lately. If Traylon's not able to play, KJ's got to hook up with somebody else as receiver. What have you seen from guys who've been standing out?
I think KJ has a lot of options that are our receivers. We got a lot of depth at receiver. I think we got Trey Knox, Warren Thompson, J.D. White, young guy, Keytron Jackson. I think he's got a lot of options when it comes to wide receiver, so I don't think that'll be a problem.
CJ. Nate.
Yeah, Myron, I was curious, how do you feel they progressed in the running game as far as the offensive line, particularly in the short yardage situations?
I think we've come a long way, especially With the added weight that everyone's put on, I think everyone's pretty comfortable with it now, and it's starting to show. We've been running the ball very well during our practices.
Weight yourself, you feel comfortable with how you've gained and how you're moving with it?
Yeah, I'm fine with it now. It's normal now.
Otis.
Yeah, Myron. If Tykees Crawford or Jalen St. John have to come into the game, how comfortable are you? How comfortable are they coming into the game and picking up right where you and Dalton leave off if they have to come into the game?
I think they'll be just fine. If they have to come into the game, I think they'll be fine. They know the playbook. They're smart. They're young, but they're ready. I think they'll be fine.
Coming back around, Trey.
Myron, you guys like to go fast, up-tempo type of offense. And on the other side, Rice has more of a slower, methodical. They're going to try to keep you guys off the field offensively. You know, Sam Pittman said there was a game where they played Georgia Tech where they only had 3 possessions in the first half. Are you guys prepared for something like that? I mean, if you only have 3 possessions, that kind of feels like you probably need to score on each of those. Have you guys talked about that, and what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think every time we step out on the field, we intend to score. But I don't know. It kind of takes me back to the Mississippi State game. I think as an offense, we only had, I don't know, a few minutes in possession time in the first half, and the rest of the half, Mississippi State had the ball. So I think we've been in that situation before. We're preparing for it this week, and I think we'll be fine.
Bobby, everything else?
Yeah, Myron, I don't think you guys were I think you guys were underdogs going into every game last year. And of course, you won 3 and could have won more. But in this game, you guys are big favorites. I think about an 18 or 19-point favorite. I guess, is there a different feeling going into a game where you're heavily favored and people are expecting you to win, or kind of how do you guys approach that when that hadn't been the case lately?
I don't think it changes for us whether we're favorites or not. Like you said, we weren't favored, and I don't think any of our games last year. So, I mean, we played all SEC teams last year, and it didn't affect us one way or the other. So I don't think us being favored this year is going to matter that much.
You guys like being favored because obviously it's a compliment. I know you still got to go out there and play, and you know the game's on the field, not on paper. But is it nice that people are thinking more highly of you guys?
Yeah, we appreciate the thought, but I mean, it doesn't change our approach in any way. We're just gonna go out there, play hard, and play like Razorbacks.
Thanks.
Yep.
Myron, Sam Pittman told us that he was really happy that Joe Fouché was voted a captain because he has a story. And I'm wondering your thoughts about what Joe brings to the team and him being a captain with you guys.
I think Joe brings a lot to the team. He brings energy, excitement. He's always jumping around and talking, but he definitely brings that leadership factor. And I personally am very glad that he got voted to be a captain this year.
Dudley, anything else? Scotty?
I'm good, thanks.
Nate?
No, I'm good, thank you.
All right, thanks.